Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Create Your Vision 2023 webinar. And we are going to separate this webinar into three parts. The first part is going to be about your visual goals. And first and foremost, for today, part one, we are going to discuss a little bit about how to create a vision board. I don't know if you know or have created a vision board. A vision board is pretty much a board where you pin any kind of pictures that inspires you, that you are excited about, that brings you inspiration. And it could be any picture for, you're probably going to be different picture for different people, but whatever that inspires you the most, those are the pictures that you want to pin on your board. And those are some of the goals that you are thinking about achieving or wanting to acquire or accomplish in your life. So I'm going to show you, there are many ways you can create a vision board. In the past, I used a pin board that's like this, pretty big. And you can you can have it big. This is a really big one, big vision board. And you can use basically scrapbook paper, and you can find quotes that inspire you. Like, this is one of my old vision board pins. It says focus on today. You can decorate it with pretty scrapbook paper. You could use inspirational quotes. You can add pictures to it. You can add different sections. You can section yours. Like this one it says be true to who you are. So this is a few of the pieces that I've used on my vision board in the past. There is no right or wrong way to create a vision board. There's no rules to it, so don't feel like you need to create your board in a certain specific way. There isn't one. The main thing is that the vision board should be a source of inspiration for you, and one that you feel like you get inspired by. And I think sometimes over the course of the year, your goals or your ideas might change. But think about long term. Think about what you want to accomplish this year, what is going to be long term for you. And you can source your pictures through magazines. You can source it through postcards. There's just so many different ways where you can create your vision board. Because I have people ask me questions around, like, what do you put on your vision board? There is no set rules. You can categorize them, by family, career, finance, however you want to create, whatever that makes most sense to you, or whatever goals that you're striving to do. Just go by those categories. Don't feel like you have to follow everybody or have to have a specific category because it needs to be on there. There isn't a rule for that. The other thing is, I think quotes are very important. I always tell people to start your year out with a theme word. I think my theme word for last year was trust and confidence. Those are two words because there are times where I doubt myself, and so to me, that belief and that trust word is very important to remember and to remind myself to trust my instincts, to trust my gut, to trust in what I believe in. Those are just words that inspired me. And you would have a different word, whatever word that speaks to you. Maybe to you is beauty, maybe to you is courage. I don't know. You have to find a word that actually speaks to you, or something that maybe you are challenged by and you want to live more by that word. Like I said, it's just an idea. I think that when the going gets tough, it's good to kind of fall back on that word because it's not something too long to remember. It's something very simple, but definitely something that is very applicable. Now I'm going to show you my vision board. My vision board has evolved over the years, and I personally like to use Canva. And I don't know if you used Canva before. You can actually personalize and do a lot of fun stuff on Canva. You can create posts on Instagram, on Facebook with Canva. For me, it was last year, and I don't think much has changed on my vision board. So I'm not going to create a new one because this year my goal is a little bit different, and I'm going to share with you a little bit more later. But for me, I go to Canva and I seriously personalize my board, and you're gonna see and you're gonna know what I mean. So I used a frame instead, like a box frame, and I actually you know have like wording on it, wealth and abundance, and I actually put my picture on my face with a bunch of money in the back, because to me that symbolized abundance and wealth. Obviously abundance and wealth doesn't necessarily have to be related to money. The other thing is self-love and freedom. That's the other thing that I aspire to be more free and to love myself more. The other thing is, this is my business, Her Empowered Life, to have a workshop. And the other goal that I have is to be an inspirational speaker. So I kind of put myself in a picture of like a crowd, and I actually put words on there to say inspirational speaker. And then I have another picture that says, award-winning coach, because that's really what I want to strive to be. And I have some inspirational words, mindset, and to put myself first, because I struggle with doing that as an empath. But I always have to remind myself that I need to put myself first and fill my cup. And that's a really good reminder for me. So that's the other quote that I added. Another picture that I have here is top 10 CEO entrepreneur under 40. Well, I'm 40, so I might have to update that one. But I put myself, I used Canva and put like the background, a bunch of high-rise buildings, and then my face on there. I know maybe to you it's funny, but to me I think that it's very personalized, and I really like that. And I have family, so family togetherness. That's the other thing that symbolizes, time with family is important to me. Romance, having that couple time with my husband, that's very important, so I put that too. And then travel, so I have like pictures of a plane, a passport, and then I have like beautiful scenic pictures in the back, and me and my husband to travel together. And then beachfront home, that's another one goal that I have, is maybe eventually have a beachfront home. But this is how I did my vision board. Obviously I have several different categories, and I categorize them by the picture, and I put the tiling of what that individual picture symbolize with my face in it, so it's a very personalized and I can see myself in that space. I see that for a vision board, to me, and like I said, I've evolved in my thoughts of what a vision board is and how it serves me. I see it as a bigger scale roadmap of where you want to go and where you want to be. Okay, so it just kind of guides you and reminds you of your ultimate big picture goal, right? And I think for us to be successful in what we want to accomplish, we can't just have a vision board with pictures on it, because that's not going to do me any good. It reminds me of my goals, but you can't be successful until you really essentially strategize what you want to accomplish and how to get there, right? The other thing about vision board is that I used to put a picture, and this is definitely a more elevated, like over the years. I've kind of evolved in the way I create my vision board, but I used to put pictures of things that I want to acquire, things that I want to accomplish. My mindset was more about accomplishing thing. But my goal, and my internal energy of attracting, which I've talked before about law of attraction, is more about the feeling and the emotions that I want to attract. Because one thing that I've mentioned before in maybe one or two of my posts is about law of attraction, goes hand in hand. And that was kind of the first time I learned about the vision board was when I watched the Secret by Rhonda Burns, and I think it was an inspiration to me to create a vision board. And to me, it was okay. I want to put all the things that I want on the vision board. But as I evolve, I realized that things happen, life happens, you get, pulled away from your goals. And what's the most important to me is really the mindset behind how I'm going to reach those goals. What do I want to attract into my life? On my vision board, I have to have that same energy. If you look at my vision board, I have say more romance, right, or more travel, or more, I envision myself, and that's the other reason why I have my picture, my face on the picture, is because when I look at a beachfront home, right, and I see my face on the beach, on a beachfront home, I'm imagining myself literally standing there. Like, how would it feel? Would it be warm? What would I smell? What would I see? How would I feel? That is the energy that I'm talking about that you want to attract. You don't want to just see yourself in the picture. You want to sense and believe and imagine that you're already there. The other thing about law of attraction when it comes to vision board is that you don't want to go crazy obsessed with all the things you have. I always say you set the intention of what you want, which creating the vision board in itself is setting the intention, but you want to attract those things to you, but you don't want to force it. Because every time you think I want a beachfront home, I'm using that as an example, and you keep thinking, how am I going to get it? How am I going to make the money to make it? How am I going to afford it? How am I going to? It is essentially when you are thinking and strategizing in that sense of how I am going to do it, it's going to be what I call like a push against the energy of attract, right? Because you are essentially in a lack mentality, because you are not believing that it's already yours. You are trying to think of ways of how you're going to manifest that. So you want to be in an energy of receiving. So instead of having that, how am I going to do it, you visualize yourself in that picture. What will you smell? What will you see? What will you think? How would life be? How would my day to day be? Imagine myself, really in that space, in that environment. Your thought process is going to be like, it's already mine, it's on its way to me. I'm actually enjoying myself as though I'm living that story. And that's the way to attract that manifestation to you. So it is a little bit of a different mindset. In the past, I always think that it's about what you want to accomplish and you want to think of ways of acquiring it. But now, as I evolve, it's really about the energy of how you're going to attract. And you don't want to attract lack by asking yourself how, why. You want to just envision and visualize yourself being in that space, living that life, having that wealth, having that romance, how it's going to look like. And you are actually imagining yourself in that space, already enjoying and seeing it play in your head. That's the best way to attract whatever you want to manifest on your vision board. I'm going to look at my notes here to make sure that I didn't miss anything on the visual side. So like I said, using Canva, if you want to do exactly what I did here with my vision board by inserting my own picture, I find that it's easier for me to visualize, like for example, this picture that I have here, that the top CEO, top 10 CEO, it's, I'm standing, in a like a high-rise building. It's a high-rise business building, because like I can see myself doing that, and so if that helps you visualize better, use Canva, because you can actually select the picture. You can cut your picture out and paste yourself on that background, and it makes it look more real for you, and maybe it will help assist you in that visualization process. Like I said, there is no any specific way to do your board, but if you want to split them up in category, what I have on my board is home, health, money, fun, family, career, and travel. So you can make it your own, but if you need some ideas, those are some really basic ideas that I can share with you. Again, I'm going to repeat: home, health, money, fun, family, career, and travel. So one thing to think about, how do you take this visualization to actualization, is to, again, like I said, every single day, your treat your vision board as a living being, a live document where you can look at it every day and be inspired by it every day, which means that you need to have some sort of practice, some sort of a routine to be able to see it when you wake up, or maybe when you put on your makeup, you will have a vision board there, so that when you're putting on your makeup, you're looking at it and you're visualizing it. Or maybe put it in your office, so where you will be able to see it visually every day to remind you of your goals. And say words of affirmation. So words of affirmation is words using present tense. So I am doing this, I feel like I am. So just assume that you already have it. And if you struggle with self-love, you can say, I am love, I am beautiful, I am strong, I am rich, I am wealthy, I am abundant, I am fun, I am. So use the word I am, because it's putting you in a space that is already receiving the blessings that you are trying to manifest in your life, but you are assuming that it is already happening to you. Remember, whatever you say has a strong effect of how you feel. So I would say, do this in the morning. Have a great affirmation practice in the morning, because it sets the tone for your day. So what I would encourage you to do for the first part when it comes to your visual goal is have your board ready. Put on there what inspires you the most. Put it where it's somewhere that you can access every day. You can look at it every day. You can be inspired by it every day. Have a ritual of affirmation, of saying I am, and just assume you already have it. And when you use positive affirmations in the beginning of the day, it sets the tone for the rest of your day, because you already start your day with what you want, what you're manifesting, what you are already receiving in your life. And your behaviors throughout the day will align itself to the person that you are becoming, the person that you want to be. And so I think it's very important for you, in order to keep your vision alive, is to really have a routine to make your vision board a live document. Have a ritual to affirm those things into your life. I think that's a really great first step for you to start evolving and becoming, because everything starts with your intention, and then it starts with your action, and it starts with your routine. But it will not become a habit if it's not part of your routine. So I always tell people, make sure that you are creating this lifestyle of the goals, of the things that you want on your vision board, and have it align with your life, because it's not two separate things. Because after all, what you are trying to become needs to align with your life in order for you to achieve it. So like I said, I used to have a disconnect where this is my vision board, this is what I want to achieve, and here I am living my life. It does not align and it will not coincide, and when things happen, you would forget about the vision board. So what you want to do is keep it alive and set the tone for the day with that, and everything else would align because you are living that lifestyle. You are already assuming that that is you. You're going to act differently, you're going to think differently, you're going to you know live your life very differently. So slowly your life is going to align with the vision that you have on your board. And I'm not saying the board is the holy grail of everything, but I'm saying that, like I said, it is a big roadmap of your grand vision of what you want to accomplish, and your day-to-day strategy is going to be how you're going to align yourself to this person that you want to be, and you will see the evolution, that change in you. In the next couple parts, we're gonna, like I said, the Create Your Vision 2023 is separated in 3 parts. In part 2 and part 3, we're going to talk more about strategizing, how we're going to strategize our life so that it would align with the vision that we have, versus keeping those two things separate, and then when things happen, that the goals that we have falls to the wayside. So follow me on part 2. I hope you enjoyed part 1. It's not too confusing or too much for you, and I'll look forward to seeing you in Create Your Vision 2023 part 2. Talk to you later.